Traders, hopefully everyone is having a good day today. All three market indices down. Before we get into the show, I really do want to thank all my subscribers. I really do appreciate you guys tuning in and watching. All right, with that said, let's go into the one stock that we've been highlighting all week, and that is WWR. So if you remember from yesterday's show, I'm going to zoom in real quickly. I did say that WWR was in this overbought situation, but these overbought situations couldn't last for a while. Sure enough, today it did gap up, made a high of 1450. It did come down a little bit, but actually closed relatively strong, in my opinion, considering the move it's made. Now I can see in after hours, it's up again over 2 points. This stock may want to go higher, but if I were long this stock, I would probably start taking profits. We're way above this Bollinger Band right here. Watch tomorrow's action if you are long. Stay if it stays and takes out that 1450, I would stay long. If it starts breaking down below that 941, I would be out. I would definitely start taking some profit on this. I just think that eventually you're going to see some news that's going to bring the stock much lower. It is a really tiny micro cap name. It has $98 million market cap. That is tiny. This is why you're seeing these huge appreciations. You got some people who are holding this dearly. So unless you're going to see this company issue more shares, you can see the stock actually go a lot higher. Until then, be careful with this, guys. If you're not in it, please do not get in. This is where retail gets jammed up, gets hurt, and then you're bag holding for a while. So do not get tempted, please, on this stock. You will definitely get hurt. But if you like the story, I don't know what's going on with the company at all. I'm just looking at charts. If you know what's going on, and you want to take a position, just please wait for better trade location. That is key. Wait till there's a price that makes sense, either right down here at this 10 SMA, and obviously this can will go up as time goes out. Okay, so just be careful with this if you're long, and I think if you are interested, wait for good trade location. Okay, WWR. Now let's go over the stocks that we do own. First one is PLL. So PLL had another great day today. Went up all the way to $49. I did start taking profits. Out of my position of PLL, got out at 45 bucks a share. I was in at 24. Really happy with the trade. Again, this is one just like WWR, where it was completely overbought, but I did like what was going on and waited for the proper trade location on this one. And you know what? I did get lucky. So you got to have a little bit of luck and not overextend yourself. But this one paid off, right? I got in at 24.04 and I scaled out at between $44 and $45. Okay. So next stock that we also did have to sell was TOL. The stock was underperforming even before the president's tweet, so I did not like it. Did get out as soon as it started crossing below yesterday's low with this market strength. I was out of the name. Didn't want to be in it much longer anyway, so I got out of it at 47.88, right around there. So I did make a little bit of money. I mean, pretty much unchanged, but I was hoping for a nice little pop on this. Didn't really get it, but that's okay. Didn't lose money, and that's the important thing. Okay. TOL out of that name. Next stock that we do own still is XERS, down 6 cents today, not too bad. So if you follow this, if you've been following this, we've been following this midpoint Bollinger Band as that line in the sand, and now we are very close to that. We did close below that 10 SMA, so this midpoint Bollinger Band, that light blue line right there, watch that very carefully tomorrow. If we start breaking below that, and you're going to see that it's going to close below that, I will be out of the name in it since 495, but I will definitely be out as soon as it starts getting below today's low and then below that midpoint Bollinger Band right there. Okay, guys. Next stock that we do own is STNG. This was rocking and rolling until that tweet, and then it really sold off with the rest of the market. It did hold that 10 SMA barely right there. You're right there real close. I don't like the way it closed right near the end of the day, right at the lows of the day. Don't like that. So unless we see a gap up, it'll probably make a lower low tomorrow from today. So what next? You got to use this value area low right here, or 1073. That needs to hold. If that doesn't hold, guys, I will be out of the name. So I'm going to give it another, 30, 40 cents. But again, be very careful if you're in this name. We want to see a little bit of strength here, irrespective of what the market does tomorrow. Okay, that is STNG. Next stock that we do own is VUZI. Really thinking this name was going to do really well today. Near the end of the day, about an hour before the close, an hour and a half, they did say that they struck a deal with another company to they moved higher on. So they striking a deal using their hardware for some cancer surgeries. Really good news. It spiked all the way up to $4.83, and then with the rest of the market, it just got slammed. Right now, what? Look, we're right here at this 10 SMA, this midpoint Bollinger Band, this value area high. There's a confluence of technicals right here. Be very careful. If it starts getting below here, you could target this 50 SMA as your next level of support. So watch this very carefully. Hopefully we could get a little bit of a little bit of strength tomorrow, and this goes higher. Okay, that is VUZI in since $4.07. Next stock that we own is MTSI. It had a really good day. It took out yesterday's high and the previous day's high as well. So we did close right here at the value area high. Tomorrow, if we see some a little bit of weakness in the overall market, let's target this 10 SMA or this midpoint right there, right in between there. So this may be a really good buying opportunity because that's where you can see traders step in. That would be right there at that $33.30 mark. Right in there, you'll see traders stepping in and buying. Okay, so then if it starts breaking below that, you'd have to target right down here at this 200 SMA. Okay, so just be very careful on this one. Be a buyer, on this all the way down to 33.30, and then if it gets below that, I'm going to sell my position. Okay, that is MTSI. Next stock on the list that we own is EDUC. EDUC had down day to day, down 30 cents. Here's one that has earnings on the 8th. Not going to be a holder of this position for earnings. I am going to watch this very, very carefully. If it starts taking out that low of 17 bucks right here, I will be out the name. In since 1730, not going to hold much longer if this stock does not start moving back up. EDUC. Next stock on the list that we own, KNDI. Very disappointed in this one. I thought we were going to move a lot higher. Looked really good yesterday. But again, look, guys, we're right here. If you check it out, right above that 10 SMA still, right above this midpoint Bollinger Band. Now, again, if you're in the stock, you have to give this a little bit of room. Be a seller below 6.25. That's that line in the sand. If it starts taking that out, the stock will probably go a lot lower. Okay, be careful on this one, KNDI. All right, let me give you guys the 3 stocks that I think that look extremely good going into tomorrow. Of course, it's dependent on the overall market. If the market gaps down, irrespective of what I say, the stocks are going to probably trade in sympathy. So the first one's going to be ACHV. Really like the way this is setting up, the risk reward setup. I think if I bring this up on that 20-day intraday chart, we can see this a little better. Here we go. We have the this value area low right here, point of control right there. Watch for that first 30-minute candle. It looked like it was doing really well, and it was about to take out yesterday's high, and then the wheels fell off on this one. Again, let's get above this point of control, above that 20 intraday period SMA right there. So watch that first 30-minute candle. If we can spike above that and then do a continuation candle, meaning that second 30-minute, be a buyer of this, and then we're going to target this value area high of 11 bucks if we can start getting above that. Okay, that is ACHV, looking really good going into tomorrow. Next stock that looks pretty good, actually stayed up, was PBYI, which to me shows a lot of strength in the name. A lot of sellers must be out. Look at here, guys, we're by the value area high, and the point of control are super, super close. Love the way once this breaks above that, that's going to be extremely positive. We can do that. If we bring this up on the daily, check this out real quick. Again, all these moving averages are congregating right here. So if we can get a move above that first 30-minute candle, please be a buyer of this one, and then use that first 30-minute candle as you're out. Last stock on the list is WKHS. Here we go again. I thought this for sure was going to start looking really good. It looked like it was going to close above that 10 SMA right here, but it didn't. So be a buyer again above that first 30-minute. Maybe the shakeout we had today was just a one and done kind of situation. If that's the case, be a buyer above that first 30-minute, and then be a seller below that 23.32, which is yesterday's low. All right, everyone. I want to thank you all for joining me on this Tuesday afternoon. Again, my name is Eric, and you can reach me at valueareatrader.com. That's Eric with the C at valueareatrader.com. If you have any questions, please go ahead and use that, or any comments, go ahead and just post them on YouTube. All right, everyone, please, if you're not a subscriber, please go ahead and do so. I really would appreciate it. Remember, trade smart and be safe, everyone.